Hello and welcome to Twin Flame Spirit. My name is Yvonne, and today, as you saw in the title, I'd like to tell you how to actually unite with your twin flame. Sorry, had to shift a bit. Been sitting like this for a while. You already know, and that's actually perfect. I still think I should tell you my version and my way of things, and so I'm going to explain to you what the exercise is you do for you to actually do the spiritual work and in the end actually uniting with your beloved twin flame. So in the last two videos I told you about, I did the oracle card reading and I told you how important it was to do the work. And in the last video I talked about singles and how they all have a twin flame too. So that was kind of preparational for today's video, which is to point out what the work actually is. Because it's true that everyone has a twin flame, and it was important for me to say it like that. It's also I'm a bit about provoking, like provoking and like defying like the common beliefs around twin flames, that it's only a few ones who have one or a few selected ones, and that's just not true. It's everyone has a twin flame. So I was saying in last video like that, oh, if you have like a single friend, just tell them to call in their twin flame. And I did so on purpose to do it a bit carelessly and just say, just go on with it and just choose your twin, and it's all easy and fun and easy peasy and no problem at all. And of course that's not the case. There is a bit of caution advised to like make the choice to meet your twin and to go on the journey. It's also beneficial if you've been doing a lot of self-work already, if you have been doing spiritual work or psychological work, inner work, if you meditate, if you are on a spiritual journey already. All that is beneficial because it is a spiritual journey, and no one and nothing will ever unspiritualize the journey and make it a pure romantic journey where it's not about anything divine or God or it's just like a basic romantic relationship with the partner that gives you the highest and most amazing feelings. It's never going to be that. So whoever tells you that, you just don't listen, switch channels, switch teachers, switch all you can find, run and hide. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, it is a spiritual journey. So I didn't point that out in last video because I did want to like just catch your attention and just have you listen up, that everyone does have the possibility to actually go on that conscious journey. That is the truth. It's also the truth though that it is a consciousness and it's a movement that's kind of young, if you want, so like new and young, and we're kind of at the edge of that. We're leading it. We're the first ones knowing about twin flames, the first ones like being aware of that, having met the twin flame, having been with a twin flame. Like I'm not talking about myself, talking about you watching this, and about myself too, but about everyone who's actually in touch with the topic of twin flames nowadays is sort of belongs to like the first portion of people who actually get in touch with this. So we do have to be aware of that, and that of our roles as pioneers, and that it's not like common ground for most of humanity, which is like, oh yeah, twin flame, that's what you do to unite, and this is unconditional love, and oh yeah, it's all about God. And I mean, most people don't know about this. So it is like paving the way. It is like putting in work now, you and me, for like other generations coming after us, not even generations, like just people coming after us, having it more, like having it easier. It's like with emancipation or something, like every big movement like had, or like let's stay at the emancipation, I think it's safer. It's like every movement needed pioneers, like going out on the streets, like demonstrating or putting their work down and saying, no, we don't want to just stay at home cooking, we want to go out, like the women, right? We want to go out, have our jobs, we want to be able to drive and all that. I mean, it's still going on nowadays, right? In certain countries, I think it was like a few weeks ago that, was it Saudi Arabia, that women got to drive? Let's not get political, but you know what I mean? It's still like a fight, it's still going on, but it has become much easier. Like a woman, like a young woman of 25 nowadays, is like the most normal thing in the world for her to get a job, to have her own money, to have her own apartment, to like date and go out and have fun. I mean, that's so normal for us, but it wasn't always normal. Like we weren't always like we. I'm saying we now. This is a bit separation consciousness as well, but just allow it for now, please. Like us women, like the women in general, have fought for that. And even like if you and me didn't go out on the streets and like throw our words around, put up posters and have our like screams and all that, it was other women doing that for us. So we have it easier today, and we don't even notice how hard it was for them. So it's sort of the same thing with twin flames. We're paving the way, and that's why it still requires, like it still requires a lot of commitment for those going first now on their twin flame journey. It's not an easy process. It is linked to a lot of spiritual work and a lot of inner work and a lot of healing work and like dissolving that separation consciousness. But it won't always stay that hard. At least that's the idea. So just so that is said, like for singles, it is maybe today still, it is better if you're already spiritual, but it's not like a prerequisite. You can also just become aware what it is about and choose and just feel ready for it and choose it and go on the journey. It is possible. So the work, even if you're single or you're not single, you already know your twin flame or not, I promise you, I talk to you about the work, about the exercise that you can apply, that actually consists of which is called the mirror exercise. If you work with Jeff and Julia, you'll know that by heart by now, I imagine. So I'm going to tell you about the mirror exercise. Just first, I want to have like a quick insert, which is that it is important to know that the reality is that you are already one with your twin flame. You are already one. You're one stream of energy, one consciousness. So it's not doing work in order to become one consciousness. You already are. That's really important. And the work is just to like shift these layers telling you that you're not one. The misbelief, the lies, the illusion, there's different words for it, but all that is not real. And it's the same at the same time, because it is a process of you becoming one with your true self, with your divine self, that which you came here as and that which you came here for. The real you, the true you, without the deformations of society and childhood and familial and ancestral and all that stuff, without that which you came here from, like the template of you, like the pure raw version of you. It's about becoming that. And when you become that, your divine self, like when you're physical and conscious self becomes that divine self, you also become one with your twin because you are one. But until then, he's mirroring you certain things. But just to say that it's not a work to to become that one. It's a work to shed the lie of not being one. It's a slight different, but it's a really important one, I find. I usually give an image, which is when you're overweight or you're trying to lose weight, you're not happy with your weight, whichever. There's sometimes in magazines, there's like this drawing they make. They have like your body, and then they have like layers of fat covering that body, like that I'm gonna say normal body, but I mean like normally shaped, no, normal weight body is already there, but they add these layers of fat, of excessive fat that is not no use for to anyone, that you want to get rid of, and people suffer if they have it because they can't move, or they're unhealthy, they don't feel well, they don't feel attractive and all that. So the diet is about shedding these layers of fat, which isn't your true you. But it doesn't mean you're gonna have to go out and like get a perfect body. You know what I mean? Your perfect body is already there. It's already within you, and you're just shedding these layers of fat, which is not you anyways. So this is the same process in the spiritual area of things, like in the twin flame journey. It's the same thing. It is already there. You don't have to do something special, a double backflip to have it, you know. It's already there. It's just you believing it's not that we have to get rid of. Yes. So that being said, the mirror exercise actually goes the following way. So your twin flame is your perfect mirror, but everything else, like your boss and your sister and your aunt, all these people that show up in your reality are mirrors too. So everything that upsets you, everything that annoys you, is actually a sort of communication to you where you're not in alignment with yourself yet. So we're going to use that fact to have you shed that layer of not you, of non-you. So the first step, you take what upsets you. So either it's, oh, my twin blocked me. I'm annoyed that my twin blocked me. Or I'm annoyed that my aunt is I don't know, insulting me. So you take these two, like you take like a sentence each, you do one after the other. I took two, but I'm gonna get in trouble. Just take one. Just, what did we say about the twin? My twin blocked me, I think, right? My twin blocked me. Did I say something else? No. My twin blocked me. You take that, you write it down, you make a little one, you write, I'm upset that my twin blocked me. And then you invert it, because he is you. I've hinted at this many times in my videos. It's not something revolutionary. I mean, it's something I've been saying from the beginning. I'm just saying it like more explicitly maybe right now. So you write it down. I'm upset that my twin blocked me. Then you turn it around. You turn the pronouns around so they point to you. So you're going to be, I'm upset that I blocked myself. That's step number 2. So you write that down. I'm upset that I blocked myself. And then step number 3 is asking if this is true. If this is true somewhere, somehow, in some shape or form. And normally, like the normal human reaction with this step is like, no way. No way, I'm not blocking myself. That's like really like, that happens to me all the time. It's so funny actually. It's really like, because in step number 1 you get to point fingers, right? You're like, he's such an asshole, I can't believe I'm so mad at him, he did this and that. And this is really kind of relieving too. It's like you really get to like swear and scream and all I said in another video that you're not supposed to be doing. Of course sometimes you might be tempted to do that and just be like, I can't believe he did that to me again. So you get to point fingers, then you turn it around, and then you're like, is it true that I'm doing that to myself? And then you're like, are you kidding me? But yeah, so I'm helping you. The answer is always yes, because you're him and he's you. So don't look any further. The answer is just yes. It's just a matter of finding where you're actually doing that to yourself. Where are you blocking yourself? And that's step number 4. Step number 3, I think. Yes, you ask if it's true and where, and you write that down too. And then you do it's inner work, right? Then you go inside of yourself, you take a deep breath, you go into your heart space, you close your eyes, and you ask yourself, like, you address that part that you've identified, and you speak to it, and you actually it's mostly a small child that comes up and is like, oh, you blocked me from this and that, I can't believe, or yeah, some sort of blockage where you're blocking yourself. Maybe you want to get a promotion, but you're afraid to talk to the boss because you're like, oh, I'm no one. Who am I to actually think I'm good enough for that promotion? And who do you think you are? You're never gonna get it, so don't even ask. So you're blocking yourself, right? So there's that little girl inside of you, or that little boy who's like, I have so much potential, but you just don't just don't give me the opportunity. Or it's like crying because you told it to like get lost because it was too demanding, and you were like someone in the past told you, who do you think you are? So you blocked it, right? So now in step 4, this is actually step 4 is the healing. You really go in, talk to that part of you, and then you give it love. Like you usually ask what it needs. Like if it comes up as a little person, sometimes it's something like a little fairy or something moving, but not really a child, but it does speak to you. It doesn't really matter. All that is just, it's not really important. All that it needs is your love. So you just hold it, and you hold it, you wrap it into your love, and you just fill it with love and with light. Yeah, here's the love and light part, guys. You fill it with love and light, and then you integrate it back into yourself. And that way you kind of conquered part of yourself that you've separated from in the past. So one part is like shedding the layers of disbelief, like misbelief who you are, like you're like not worthy a better job, right? Who do you think you are? You're not that kind of person who gets a promotion. So it's about shedding that misbelief, that false core belief you hold, shedding it, and at the same time reintegrate what you are truly, because you are worthy of that job offer, you are worthy of that promotion, you are smart enough to be the big boss in your company, and you've separated from that because you were told in the past that you're not worthy. So it's about reintegrating that part into yourself, and that's what's happening in step number 4. So if you use every upset that comes your way in your like daily life, then you apply that exercise I just told you, and then you're gonna see changes in your life, in your reality, because things are gonna change. You're not gonna put up with, sorry, I have to swear, shit no more. You're not gonna take, you're not gonna take anyone's crap anymore, because you like discover who you truly are, what your values are, what you stand for, and you're not afraid anymore to stand up for it. At the same time, you're gonna shed these misbeliefs, it's not disbeliefs, misbeliefs about yourself. You're gonna replace them with the truth, which is actually you're great, you're amazing on every level. You're gonna replace it with that, and that is just gonna transform you from inside out. Like when I say from inside out, it's first on the inside with the work I just show you, and then with the external reality, the external world, you're gonna see results. So that's what the work is all about. And I've spent months and months on end doing that sort of work with every upset that arises, like with everything. Is it with your twin mirroring something? Is it with your teacher mirroring something? Upset with friends, upsets with, I don't know, a car driving close by instead of taking some space, and you're like, who do you think you are? Why did you almost ram me over? Then you can tell you don't feel safe. What is the truth? You are safe. So it's all about healing that perception of yours, and then the mirrors around you are going to change too. They're going to show you different things, like more advanced things, maybe not in a judgmental kind of way, but just further things, like going further into your healing. So this is actually the work. This is the work I'm referring to when I'm saying work. This is what this is about, and this is shedding the separation consciousness in order to move into union consciousness. This is what I mean. And this is how you unite with your twin flame. That's all you need to do. There's nothing else you need to do. You don't need to meditate. You don't need to go to India. You don't need to Nothing against India, you know what I mean. You don't need to bend over backwards. You just need to do that mirror exercise and apply it and stay at it and go through the upset that arise and go through tears when they come up and keep at it and commit and keep going and keep going and keep going. That's all you have to do. So now I'm saying to you, thank you for listening. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much. Leave your comment below if you feel like it. Subscribe to my channel. Go onto my website. I have it in English too. I offer coaching and classes, as I told you before. Reach out whenever you want to, need to connect. And otherwise, just keep watching and stay tuned. Thanks so much. Bye-bye, guys. Bye.